morning, everybody. Welcome to Piper Academy. We've got a lot of news to go through today. Bitcoin at $52,000. We got economic data came out this morning, job numbers. We were looking at that. And then we've also got a tell of two Bitcoin. Bitcoin to sub $10,000. One analyst thinks so. And then another analyst saying $600,000 Bitcoin this cycle. We're going to be breaking all this down, plus two giveaways in our community. Stick around, guys. Without any further ado, class is in session. Let's get it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Piper Academy. This is the show where we bring you the news, the charts, the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. TradeFly out again today. The alumni broke him out of jail from streaking on the field at the Super Bowl last week, and they came and found him. So he's out today, but it's okay. We got a great show. OC is here with me, and we are holding it down. We're going to be digging into all this data. It's a lot today, guys. We have a lot today. So brace in. OC, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Not much. Just doing great. I just had to do a mainland little trip. I'm back in Merida to get my MRIs, and as you can see, I was running just slightly late. Nonetheless,
just slightly,
enjoying it.
Just slightly. Yeah. So just so you guys are tracking, OC dropped in literally on the 30-minute mark of when we're supposed to go live. And I was like, you're stressing me the hell out, but that's okay. OC, I got nothing but love for you, man. Let's go ahead. Let's give a shout out to our members in the community here that are in here. Shout out to all of our magna cum and our summa cum laude. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way, because I got to give Bev Redden his shout out, and I got to give out the shout outs to Spee and Asmistos, I believe is how it's pronounced. I'm not sure, but he's one of our members also. And then we've also got Mr. J in here, and Eric Wallen. So I got to give a shout out to those guys by name. That is our magna cum laude and our summa cum laude here in our members. But OC, you got a flickering camera. We're going to get into the news, and we're going to get this going today because we got a lot of data to get into. So, guys, jumping over here into the data, we got the crypto bubbles, and on the OC, because OC came in on a different line today. So let's get him in here. Hey OC, how you doing, man? We're gonna get you set up here with all of this so that it's not anywhere else. So let me apply to all scenes. This is what happens when you come in at the last minute, OC. Nothing is prepared.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for that.
I got nothing but love for you, man. Hey, guys, checking out the crypto bubbles here. We do have the hourly bubbles up right now. We can see that everything's still green. Even if we cut it over to the 5-minute chart and look here, even on here, we're still holding green. And we had data today that could have been a shakeout for the numbers today. Not seeing a lot of movement off of it. So we're going to be taking a look at what we got going on here. Looking at Bitcoin on the hour, up 1.2% for the day, up 1.4%. Ethereum up 3% for the day, up 1.8% in the past hour. We got BNB up 8.7% here. Solana taking a little pullback on the daily, but rebounding a little bit on the hourly there. XRP up 3.1%. Cardano up 4.7% for the ADA gang. Avalanche up 3%. Doge getting a little rally. It was, it's like he got tired of being left out of the story and said, I'm going to get a little bit of movement here today. Chainlink down 0.6%. So, sad story there for my Chainlink peoples. But looking at down the list here, guys, where is it at? We're going to be looking at it here. Stacks up 10.5%. So if you got any stacks in your bags, congrats to you. That was a hard mover in the past 24 hours. Let's take a look at the liquidations here. Liquidations coming in this morning at 59,361 traders liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $161.1 million. And the largest single liquidation order happened on Binance. It was Bitcoin. Someone tried to short it. They said $52,000 rejection. Let's go. They got wrecked for $5.24 million. So this is the data that we're looking at here today that I was just talking about. So let's break this down a little bit and get this into perspective for you guys. So we had retail sales month over month that came in, right? And those retail sales telling us that, previously they were up 0.4%. Consensus was that it would be down 0.1%. Forecast was that it would come in up 0.3%. We actually came in down almost a full percent down, meaning retail sales for January dropped off on the month over month. Why is no one tripping about this? Well, two reasons. One, this is in comparison to the previous month. Of course, sales drop down. It's no longer Christmas. It's January, right? So there's one reason. Two, because it coming down and not being high means that people are slowing down on purchasing. Purchasing is part of that supply and demand. It is the demand piece versus supply, which is the equation of inflation. So all that being said, this just kind of settles everything into a norm, right? This is good for the numbers long term. Export prices month over month was down 0.7%. Consensus was that it'd be down 0.1%. Forecasted to be down 0.5%. It actually came in up 0.8%, which means our exported goods are making money. The prices are up for them, okay? And then import prices coming in higher, a little bit higher there. So inflation rearing its ugly head is what that is on import and export, but we like it when export's a little high because that means more money for the U.S. economy. Import, not so much, erasing it there. Initial jobless claims. This is our weekly report that comes out every week, and this is people filing for unemployment. So those that don't know, 220K was what it was last week. 220,000 people filed for unemployment in that week period, right? Consensus and forecast was that it would be neutral, coming in at 220,000 jobs. It actually came in below the forecast and the consensus, guys. Came in at 212,000. Now, normally, if we saw this number high, this number would mean that the Fed has got to start cutting rates or do something because they're weakening the labor market, right? But what we actually got here was lower numbers, which means people tend to think that the Fed has more strength now because they're not they're not tightening down those binds that restrain the Fed and what they're able to do with rate hikes and rate cuts. So typically when job numbers are good, markets don't do so good. But recently, in the past month or so, we've seen a kind of a shift on that. So it's like nothing can stop the bullishness of the investor, the retail buyer right now. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. This typically would make the Dixie dump. We did get a Dixie dump, but it would also make the markets dump. And so we're not really seeing that today. Let's look at the earnings reports today. We've got a big one on here, guys. Coinbase. They are going to be doing an after-market close today. Earnings reports. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but lately, when we've had these earnings reports, like we had earlier this week with Robinhood, earlier this week with CleanSpark, we have absolutely pumped to the moon on these stocks. So watch Coinbase today. That would be my recommendation there. OC, let's get into some articles. And I've got some stuff here. First one, out the chute. It is going to be the stacks, guys. Stacks, stuns. Price soars over 60% in an epic recovery as the TVL explodes. Total value locked, if you don't know what that means, guys. A cryptocurrency that facilitates smart contracts on the Bitcoin blockchain has defied broader market turbulence to emerge as a standout performer over the past week. Stacks has skyrocketed over 60%. We're going to be looking at that chart in just a second here. Several factors appear to be fueling Stacks' ascent, though. Firstly, it's a unique ability to bring smart contract functionality to Bitcoin, so it adds a layer of smart contracts on Bitcoin, right? But also because it resonates with investors that are seeking to advance applications on this blockchain. So Stacks bridges this gap by anchoring itself to Bitcoin while offering smart contract features. This innovative approach has garnered significant attention, particularly as Bitcoin itself enjoys being above $52,000. So there's Stacks. Shout out to the Stacks hodlers out there. If you're out there, you got it, you get it, you're good. Shout out to Lunar Beaches Crypto. I see him in here in the chat. Alexandra G, the mod queen in here. Alex O Crypto. Alex O Crypto. That's my boy right there, man. All of you are my peoples, and I love you all.
Yeah, that's my alumni. You know what I mean?
Let's check out Bitcoin soaring above 52K because this is glorious. Yet public interest shows a decline. This is Google Trends. So let's take a look at this. You guys know Google Trends. That's like the sentiment of how bullish people are. They're on Google. They're searching like what is this Bitcoin? How do I buy it? Right? Like the boomer I showed you guys the other day on the opening video. Bitcoin, even though it's above 52,000, the fascination with it appears to be subdued. Google Trends indicating a low level of interest. Currently, global metrics from the past 90 days reveal the search term Bitcoin holds a score of 36 out of 100, significantly less than when Bitcoin exceeded 50K threshold nearly 3 years ago. So is retail even in yet? Have we gotten that FOMO of retail in? Well, on February 18th of 2021, Bitcoin's price broke 50,000 barrier for the first time. Extreme excitement was all over the place, right? Well, the search term Bitcoin hit a high of 71 out of 100. That was their score back then for trend, based on worldwide metrics. It hit at this time, and it hasn't captured that much attention, guys. So over the past 90 days, Bitcoin has only achieved a score out of 36 out of 100. Google Trends employs a scoring metric system 0 to 100 to gauge the relative search popularity, right? So the last time Bitcoin was at 50K, Google search trends was above 90. Bitcoin is ripping through 52K. It's below 20. Look at this. Super low. What does this mean? This means that retail attention has not been captured yet in price, guys. That is what that means. Right now, and we're going to talk about this real fast here, OC, but right now, the sentiment is that no one really cares about it. They're looking at it and they're thinking to themselves, well, whatever, it's 50K. We've been there before and it dropped down to 16, right? So what we're watching right now, there is retail sentiment not moving in. What number do you think starts pulling that retail sentiment in? Is it 70K when we break 69K? Do you think it's going to take the people up to $100,000 Bitcoin to take it serious again? When does retail come in? And I would love to know in the chat too, guys. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. When does that come in?
So I do have two ways to tackle this. The first one is media. So as soon as media starts pushing it like hard, we're gonna start building up on that retail momentum. But I do also have another one, which is the third one, is the charm. So the first one is gonna be getting to the previous high. That's gonna build up a ton. Then we're gonna have a little retracement, take it for the second time, and as soon as we barely make it through that 60K mark, then retail is gonna go crazy, and that's when we're gonna start kind of like pushing in with those retail buys. But also whales are going to start selling, so we most likely going to have a big retracement, going to wreck a ton of people out and then shoot up. But yeah, I mean, I believe that once we get to the previous high, Mark said, where we're going to be seeing that retail pushing through, and with that FOMO.
Absolutely. And we had someone ask a question here in the chat about the numbers, the economic numbers I assume they are referring to. And they said, don't you think those numbers can be faked? Look, they come out every month, the following month, and they will put out the revised numbers, right? So they put out, numbers that look good. That's what they were doing. Numbers that look good. And then later on, they would come back out behind, just quietly come out and do the Indiana Jones with the skull and, switch it out, right? The last time they did that, the numbers actually got better than what they had put out the first time. So better for us. So yes, they were doing, hey, okay, we got the real numbers and they're actually not as good as what we said last month. Kind of shifted last month. So yeah, I think that they, there's 3 phases to the analysis that they do on these numbers. They get the data, they put out the preliminary, then they publish it, which is the secondary analytics on it. And then they have a long-term drive, aggregating out any repeats and all that stuff. And then they put out the correct numbers the following month. So when you get the report, the final version is not coming out for another 30 days, just so you guys know. But yeah, I think once we get that sentiment up here and we start to get the Google trend, I think our tear right now is literally because of the ETFs. That's what I think. Let's go take a look at this article and we'll see what this is actually saying. It says Bitcoin ETF surge. The last 4 days of inflow has outpaced the previous 4 weeks, just so you guys are tracking. So Bitcoin ETF inflows surges in the last 4 days. Let's get in here. Meanwhile, the product in the past 4 days witnessed an inflow of 43,000 Bitcoin tokens valued at $2.3 billion. Kind of weird that they said Bitcoin tokens, but okay, we'll go with that. I think the term is Bitcoins. It's a coin. The latest surge in inflow suggests renewed adoption of the products from crypto players and investors. However, this is a notable drop from the $28 billion in assets that it had on January 11th, when GBTC was holding all that and then dropped it down to sell it off and flip it out of their futures to what it is now. Investment firm Bitbee is the latest company to reach $1 billion milestone, and BlackRock records its largest inflow. On Tuesday, BlackRock recorded its largest inflow a day ever and since Bitcoin's ET product was introduced. And a senior Bloomberg analyst, Eric Balkunas, revealed this information regarding an update on X. He stated that BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF was booming on Tuesday, seeing almost $500 million inflow. So that is where all of the movement is coming from right now, in my opinion. I don't think retail is in yet. So, guys, we talked about this yesterday. Peter Schiff warning of a Bitcoin pump and dump and expecting to see a massacre. Okay, today's thumbnail, a tell of two stories, right? A tell of two Bitcoins. Got OC over there with his $1.4 million call in green, and I'm sitting over there in the red, just looking downward, right? It's because we've got a massive FUD war going on in Bitcoin price action right now. So check this out. First off, we've got Peter Schiff. Yesterday, we talked about this massive dump coming, right? We get this today. This was going to be my original thumbnail. Bitcoin price alert account analysis suggests a sub 10K drop, meaning Bitcoin below $10,000, guys. So interestingly enough, this is the guy that in August 2022 made the call that we were going to go below 20,000. You can see that right here. In August 2022, he asserted that Bitcoin would undoubtedly drop below 20,000. Ironically, Bitcoin did experience a decline below that $20,000 threshold a few weeks later, which gives some credibility to Wellwire, the individual that made this call. But he says here, the account widely followed for its bold statements and news postings has forecasted a staggering 99.99% chance that Bitcoin will fall below $10,000, directly challenging the prevailing bullish sentiment here. Okay, let's carry this on and continue. Wellwire claims that retail investors are now heavily invested in Bitcoin, anticipating further gains, only to be blindsided by a subsequent price rug pull. So doubling down on its own conviction, Wellwire has announced that it has increased its short positions, surpassing its $69,000 short. So that's what we have there. FUD out the door, right? Look at this one though. We talked about this one also. Crypto Quant founder puts a $112,000 target on Bitcoin this year. This year, not next year when we should have the all-time high target hit. He thinks this year, 2024, we hit $112,000. This one here, I think he was drinking from OC's Kool-Aid cup. He says analysts who masterfully predicted the 2021 all-time record high is envisioning Bitcoin roaring past $600,000. So the Bitcoin price has rallied stupendously this week, which we're getting ready to look at that chart. Tour foresees a $600,000 Bitcoin by 2026. OC, this guy is right in line with your extended cycle that you said of late 2025, early 2026. Bitcoin $500,000. He's pretty close to your call on our 2025 Bitcoin prediction video. So the rise in Bitcoin has what's that?
Because he watches the Piper Academy.
Yes, he's probably one of the 15,000 people that has watched that video. So 2021 topped at 69K to reserved. By 2026, the market price of Bitcoin might make a run for levels between $200,000 and $600,000. The metaphoric 4 to 12x rally will be triggered by trillions in money from multiple bailouts and stimulus packets. So what he is saying here, guys, is that he believes that we are going to get stimulus, that they're going to have to pump money back in, money machine go brrr, and they're going to turn back on the printers, and that it is going to cause all of that money to do a repeat of what happened with stimulus back in 2020, which was a massive run into the markets, and that could push Bitcoin over $600,000. So there's that. Let me know what you guys think about that in the chat. I'm interested to know what everyone thinks on that one there. Let's take a look at the chat here and see what we got. Fake those numbers. Yep, got it. Yep, good. Let's get into charts, man. Let's go do some charts. Guys, we're going to be doing a giveaway today. Just so you guys are tracking, we've got 2 giveaways today. One is going to be this one right here. We're giving away Chart Prime for a month to one of our members. This is a members only giveaway. So if you're a member down below, don't do it now because the list is already done. If you want to do it now. But just know that you will not be entered into this giveaway. You'll be on next month's giveaway. This is going to be for a free Chart Prime monthly subscription. And then that 30 days, you'll get about 30 hours, 26 to 30 hours of live classes with those C guys. So he does a lot of education over there. So yeah, so you'll get that. That's for the members only. And then also for all of our viewers that followed all the instructions of following our X account, Piper Academy, liking the post, reposting the post, and joining the Discord, those members, we've got the list together. Someone's going to be winning $50 in Cardano today. So we're going to be doing all of that right here at the end of the show. Stick around. Let's get into the charts now, OC, and let's see what we're looking at here on this beautiful chart. Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is now $52,800. What's that, ZTS? Does not apply to all. Oh, it did not apply to all. I don't have OC. My son's telling me that I am OC-less up here. This guy. Hey, OC, welcome back. Yes, thanks, ZTS. I appreciate that. Let's take a look here and see what we're looking at on the Dixie, though, guys, because the Dixie got that push down today. It dumped off of that economic data, giving us a little boost in the markets today. We can see here that in CleanSpark, let's get into CleanSpark. CleanSpark pushing up to a new all-time high and breaking that 786. I do give CleanSpark, if it breaks above this 786 here and it gets above that into that platinum pocket, I should say, it's going to go to that $21 mark up there. It does look poised to do it too. So let's look at Bitcoin and then let's go into Ethereum, and then OC, you pull up what chart you want next. I would recommend like some of our hot ones like Cardano, our fan favorites, XRP, whatever you want. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here, guys. Looking at $52,750 right now. We are sitting well above the dynamic reactor, well above the trend assistant. We have broken that golden pocket here on the 1 hour. And let's get over here to a 4-hour chart. Let's try that. There we go. And you can see we were in this little cluster here. It was just accumulating overnight right in here. And now it has decided that this is good enough. And let's get it going again up to the upside. Looking here at a target right now, based on my master chart, we got to look at this coming up to $55,959. Might as well just call that 56K is the next target that I'm putting on Bitcoin right now here. So let's get into Ethereum. And let's see what Ethereum is doing. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to show you real fast on that Bitcoin, guys. I was watching this all night last night while I was watching TV with the fam, and I said, look at this. So here's our trade band on these predictive ranges, right? We got our bottom trade band here, lower trade band. Can I get a drawing tool? Thanks. Lower trade band, upper trade band. There's your delta median. It was literally that trade band that we were on all night. And I was like, if this thing cannot get through this, depending on what that economic data looks like tomorrow morning, this could be a rejection point to come back down, retest the golden pocket, that delta median, worst case scenario, all the way back down to the trade band, because we typically trade between this. This move this morning, getting us above it, giving me a little bit of hope. But again, we've got to close that candle above that little resistance line that right there on those previous 4-hour candles. So let's take a look at Ethereum, see how this is looking here, and then we'll pass it over to OC. Ethereum had a nice little fight here on its golden pocket. Also tested multiple times that upper trade band of the predictive ranges for its support on the 4 hours, and now is heading up. We are heading towards the upper resistance band of the predictive ranges. That's coming in at about $2,875 for those that are driving and listening right now. Now you know. And then also, I'm going to go in here and change these Fibonacci numbers a little bit bigger for the viewers. The 786 would be the next target at $3,000 Ethereum. $3,000 Ethereum is in play right now based on this movement above the trade band, above the golden pocket. Natural target of this coming in on the 786, $3,000. Looking over here at what we have going on in the oscillator, we are getting that little flip here. There's plenty of room to run up, and we do have a nice green candle here on the RSI prime, but it is getting a little hot. Just watch for it to hit this level first at about 28.75 and maybe come down for a cool off back down to this upper trade band before we continue that path. Very much a possibility that could happen there if it's going to need to cool off these RSIs. OC, let's kick it over to you, bro.
Absolutely. Just take a look back at Bitcoin.
Yeah, I got to get you on here because you were not in. Go ahead.
I know.
You'll be up by the time you get to it.
I make you sweat. I know. Sorry for that. So let's take a look at here. So this is the previous chart that I was looking at. Remember A, B, and then drop, A, B, and then drop, and then we kind of like move it from the dynamic reactor to the upside right here. So it seems like we're still following that same pattern, which is telling me that I could be having this channel to the upside, which seems like we are not there yet. So we could start making maybe that channel to the upside and then going for the reversal or for the retracement, right? So where would that retracement be? Well, we know we have some resistance in here. So previous resistance becomes new support. So if we are able to break right now to the 52 or the 53K mark, most likely that's going to become new support. So just to make sure that I am not just figuring this out by myself, I'm going to just bring up chart prime. And what I'm going to be looking at this area, I know it's a little bit messy here. So I'm going to clear my data. I want you guys to look at where is the next selling volume. So look at here, right all the way here, where to 61,500 is the next selling volume, and everything else other than where we are right now, it is positive volume. So remember that this is the deficit of the volume, basically negative volume minus positive volume or vice versa, and the outcome will be plotted right here. So again, I am looking for a possible continuation here, but I'm still moving carefully because I am also waiting for this oscillating system there. So take a look at ADA right here. We basically are getting right here to the predictive ranges. And if we take a look at our alerts in here, and by the way, also ICP play out beautifully, Piper, from yesterday's call on the 15 minutes. So shout out to you and me also.
Appreciate it, man.
So,
yeah, I got ICP ready to pull up with all of my layout that I put in my trade calls from yesterday. So we're gonna be taking a look at that.
Nice. So you can take a look at here, ADA. It was crossing 59.11. So crossing 59.11, somewhere around there, basically getting to the previous resistance. So I am looking at this point for a retracement because we're bullish, and then a possibility for re-entering on this ADA training here. So far, let's take a look at where do I have resistances. So on my predictive ranges, I am riding this area and then all the way up to 0.7. Let's take a look at what else is chart prime telling me here. So let's get started also with my prime ranges. And my prime ranges are giving you one range in here and another one in here. So very easily, right down here, we have a huge support. So let's keep an eye on that in case we have a reversal. So far, it's not looking that we're going to have a reversal. We have another line in here, and we start seeing that big confluence zone emerging from that spaghetti. So again, I'm gonna just draw some lines on it and see where is it taking me. And as always, I just looking through that little mess. So here we go. I'm just gonna be turning everything off and draw a little square here, a little box, and I'm gonna be calling this area as a resistance area. And if we can make it through, if we do not flip off the ribbon, all right, or if we do flip off the ribbon, but we stay within this channel, well, then I'm going to be looking at 0.7 ADA. So far, looking bullish for a possible reversal, but I'm going to be looking for the FOR in order to take that possible trade. So turning it back to you, Piper.
Yeah, I was just reading some of the chat here and looking at one of the questions that one of our viewers asked. He asked about could we get to that sub 10K with Mount Gox and overselling, and then the USA and the traditional TradFi dumping. Yeah, absolutely, man. If TradFi dumps, if the U.S. economy starts to go into wreck mode, which it doesn't look like it's poised for that, it looks very strong in comparison. Matter of fact, Japan just lost its position as the third strongest economy in the world. A lot of countries out there slipping away. And remember, it's not about how strong the U.S. is. It's about how strong the U.S. is in comparison to the graded curve, right? That's graded on a curve. We're still looking quite strong here. But yeah, I mean, any scenario can happen that would get that down there. Shout out to Crypto Pollo dropping in gifting a one Piper Academy membership there, and it was picked up by himself. Did that really happen? Crypto Pollo, you gifted yourself, bro. That's pretty awesome. How does that happen? Crypto Pollo gifted himself a membership. That's what my wife does. She goes, I saw this today and I wanted it and I got it. And I'm like, oh, that's a nice gift for yourself. So, hey. Let's get into this other chart that I'm looking at here, guys. We got Celestia request also, so we'll be pulling up Celestia here in a second. Lunar Beaches Crypto said we're never going below 50K, baby. If you guys don't know, that's Lunar Beaches. Look at this. Look at the stacks, guys. So stacks on my predictive ranges here. Not predictive ranges. Let me rephrase that. My trend-based fib extensions that I placed on here. You can see the play that has played on the phase 2 golden pocket, the phase 3 golden pocket. For those that don't know, the phase 3 golden pocket is the 3.618. Phase 4 is the 4.618. We got perfect play here yesterday off of that phase 5 golden pocket. And then we came down, we just kind of tapped on it 3 times there, 12 hours of knocking on that door. We're now making another run up at it right now. That's coming in at $2.76.49. So looks like right as of right now, if our support range that we're looking at is 2.44. That would be the phase 4 618, and then the resistance that we currently have is in play right now at 5.618. We do have a little bit of confluence down here, giving us some strength. If we take a look, I'll just go ahead and drop this box here. Let me get a T box here. Shout out TA Tim, Investing Bro style. We're going to put this box right here, and that is going to be the upper trade band of the predictive ranges. You can see right here is the bottom, right here is the top, and this is the delta median. So we do have that coming in right there below that phase 4. I'm going to put that box there, and we're going to color it green. That is going to be what we're watching here for the support range. And let me color that. There we go. Bam. We got a little support box there on the T box. That's coming in again starting at 2.44, running as low as 2.40. So 2.41, we'll call it. Let's go take a look at that ICP trade that you talked about. So I put this out yesterday to our members and our trade setup. Unfortunately, I don't know that it hit exactly for some people because my entry on this was 13.026. Which would be on this 50% fib line here. If you take a look at what happened, it actually only went to about 1305, not 1302. It's about 3 cents off. If anyone front ran that or got into that trade, let me know in the chat. But yeah, that was the move there. Take profit 1, take profit 2 was hit, and now take profit 3 will be up there at 1408. That was a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio for a movement from that bottom entry target to the top being about 8.1%. So without any leverage. So it was not exactly on where I thought it would come down to. Did front run it just slightly, but let me know in the chat if anybody got into that trade. So OC, let's kick it over to you. We've got about time for a couple more rounds of TA, and then we're going to get into taking a look at the giveaways. So I got Celestia coming up in my next round. OC, whatever you got, you go for it, bro.
Perfect. I just want to go back to ICP because yesterday we also make another call on the TA Talk show where we get asked how you set a setup trade on the 15 minutes. Then so you gave up 2 options and also I participated on this 15-minute one. Look at that, went right to that entry area. Why is that in that entry area? Because we had a ton of confluence there based on the indicators that chart prime is.
Oh yeah, and TA Talks yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, and TA Talk. Someone asked in TA Talks about 15-minute setup, and so that's what we came up with. Yes, so that one played out well. The other one I missed it by 3 cents on the entry. My bad, man. My bad.
I know, and it sometimes happens that, but this 15-minute trade basically played out perfectly. So just wanted to also touch back base on that one, and I want to go to Solana because Solana has been going or teasing to break some key support. So I'm gonna go to the 4-hour now that we can see this area, and I'm gonna start zooming in. Remember that Solana has been pushing upwards here, but seems to me that it's losing momentum, and we can see it but the characteristics of their movement. Look at how big of this movement resulted, right? Then we have the retracement right here, also a
I got
big-ish
it.
retracement. We see another push to the upside, smaller here, and a smaller retracement, and we keep shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And not only that, we have right here a big seeker, we have a triple divergence, bearish divergence. It seems like, yes, we are still above the zero line, but it seems like we are losing that momentum. So let me get started with adding a couple of resistances and supports right to the chart. So it seems like we are hovering right on that support. Let's try not to lose that area right there. And also, I'm going to be drawing a manual trend line in here. So this is going to be my limit confluence for the breakout. If we start seeing breaking past this trend line down here and we see it crossing through the zero line on the oscillator, I'll be looking for a further move to the downside. And my target will be right here where I already have my alert set up, which is at 109.14. If we can make it or bounce out of this area and we see FOR or flip of the ribbon above the zero line, most likely the next target is going to be somewhere around 122. So I'm looking at this as a possible entry for a long and also a possible entry for a short. Just wanted to define where is it or what is it going to be. If I see flip of the ribbon to the upside, that's going to go for a long. If I see a break to the zero line, that's going to go for a short. Both ways are looking good with a big movement right here or a big-ish movement right here with no either resistance or support in the meantime. So,
Nice.
turning it back to you, Pepper.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to jump over here and take a look. We got a new magna cum laude in our group, so he's going to be added to the credits tomorrow. So a shout out to Matt Tyre joining the members here in the alumni. And then Crypto Pollo, since he gifted a membership and picked it up himself, he gifted another membership. Now check this out. Christian Major, who was on TA Talks with us yesterday, he picked that one up. And then if we take a look here, what's really cool, Mac Tyre turned around and gifted 5 memberships to the community. Dustin Singer, Kenny R., Dylan Martinez, Black Guy 710, and Ada Ace all joining the ranks there on members here. So shout out. Thank you guys. I'm humbled by the generosity of the alumni. You guys rock. Thank you all so much, and welcome to the alumni membership gang, guys. Let's jump over here. Let's do a little bit of TA on Celestia and SHIDO. So OC, you want to take SHIDO, get it set up, and I'll go take a look at Celestia, and we'll show these people how we set up a new chart, because I've never done Celestia. So let's go grab that. And let's get into a whole new setup here. Going to have a nice clean naked chart here. Celestia. It's TIA. I have done this. Now I know that TIA is Celestia. I did not know that. Learn something new every day, guys. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. Let's go grab TIA and see what we're working with here. I don't have anything on here, though, so you still get it all, except for Chart Prime, giving us indication right now, guys, that we are at the dynamic reactor on the 4-hour. This is huge, and I'm going to show you why that is. This matters. We also have a trade band coming in right beneath it, so you might be looking at an entry point on TIA as we speak right now. I'll look at the lower time frame to get exactly there on that. So let's go over and let's grab, and I think we're going to have to do, because this is a newer asset, we're going to have to do a trend-based fib extension on this. So let me come over here, grab a trend-based fib, and we're going to run this up from the point here. Turn a magnet on so I can grab it. We're going to run it to the top, and we're going to bring it back down to the bottom here, and this should tell us a story, and it does. You can see we had all of the play on the golden pocket here for support. We had a lot of resistance on this phase line, which lets me know the sequencing is right, and then we had resistance on this phase line, tells me the sequencing is right. And right now we're getting support for even more confluence. This is what we're looking for, is this confluence here. We have the phase 2 golden pocket coming in right here at 1852. That is where this is holding right now. We have the dynamic reactor, which when we touch it, we typically get good bounces. Sometimes we'll get some fake outs on it, but for the most part, when it holds a trend, it will hold that trend every time it touches it, giving it a little bounce there. Let's take a look and see what else we got here. We got this upper gold band of the predictive ranges here on the 12-hour. There's your bottom right there. There's your delta median. That's your top trade band. That is going to tell us that this is a nice, strong support range here for an entry. Let's go in here and let's grab a T box and let's throw that on here for support. Let's grab it there and we're going to run it right down to that. And that is going to be our support box there. Should hold. Nothing's for sure in markets, but we're also getting this here too, guys. So check this out. When I pull up the oscillators, this is the story we're getting here. We're in that 30% range on the 4-hour. This is bullish. This means that we typically get a move to the upside. You see here we were on it. We got to move to the upside. Here we were below it. We got to move to the upside. So if this comes down a little bit lower, this ribbon on the oscillator continues to come down here into this bullish zone below that green line. That would be putting us right here in line with this green box for another move to the upside. So that's what I'm watching on TIA. Of course, Bitcoin's going to have its weighted vote on this. If Bitcoin continues to move up, this should move up with it. If Bitcoin drops harder, though, and starts getting a pullback today for a retracement cooling off from that $52,000 range, you could see that this comes down. If that happens, I'd be looking at a range of about $16.03. Let's go ahead and throw another T box there. And that would be what I have for TIA on this support range down here on the median line of the predictive ranges and our trend assistant here. So there's your 2 ranges of support that you should be watching for. Upside movement on this, guys. If we break up from here, the natural target on this is going to be the next phase line coming in at $23 here and 68 cents. We'll just call it 69. Why not? OC, what you got over there for us, bro? You're muted. You're muted.
I SHIDO right here. Thank you for that. I also see a little comment in here right to my left, to my right, that it says, Piper, can you tell me how to do the best trade with 500-ish bucks? I don't really remember what was the exact amount. I'm going to try to tackle both of those. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is analyzing the charts, right? So it doesn't matter actually how much money you get. So the important here is going to be the percentages that you are using, right? So it all boils down on how good you are or how good can you perform, but not money-wise, but percentage-wise, right? So the first thing I'm going to be doing is analyzing SHIDO, which is going to be my subject of trading here. The second thing is going to be overall direction. So where is the oscillator pointing out? Right now, I'm above the 0 line, which means I could have enough momentum to keep pushing over. So look at that. As I broke above and I stood above that 0 line, the overall momentum, overall direction was to the upside. Same thing happened all the way here. Look at that. Beautiful movement overall to the upside. All right. Since I broke below, then you'll see that the story has changed. Right now, I also see by turning on my support resistance and my money flow VPVR along with my volume profile, I can see that I have a very clear channel here in which I am encased. Although I am above the 0 line here, I want to see flip of the ribbon to make a push through this area of resistance. This is a big area of resistance. By the way, I will not be shorting this area. Why? Because my prime score is very high and my consolidation score is very low, which is indicating me that I am in a strong uptrend still. And I can see that by looking at that one. I mean, at the worst case scenario, I could have a retracement back in here. And as you can see, retail money will be getting ready to buy it up. And then maybe if I do the flip of the ribbon, I'll be able to break through. Another important thing that I'm going to be looking at, it is where is smart money jumping in. And as you can see, everything here, it is bearish deficit. All right. So let me just throw another point of confluence, because at this point, remember, I want to have at least 3 points of contact or at least 3 points of confluence to start looking for a possible trade entry. So added to this, I'm going to be adding maybe some, here we go. some order blocks, and predictive ranges. So I can see that I formed this channel here between the predictive ranges and the money flow POC, which I am stopped out at this area and I'm not able to break through. But if I do break through, look at that, I have a golden line, which remember, it is one of the most important lines on the predictive ranges, and a huge, high, difficult to break order block, which pairs very, very nicely with this negative volume. So how would this go? Maybe go back into this high area, grab some liquidity out of it, maybe back up support, and then do a next analysis for a possible breakout out of that range. But that is for the bullish scenario. Guys, also thank you for that spaghetti that you guys are sharing. And let me just wrap it up by saying that at this point, remember that I haven't talked about any kind of money, right? Because this is not at this point what we're interested. We're interested on setting up the best trade possible, regardless the money that you have, right? A overrule or a thumb rule with your entries, which is the one that I like, it's a 3% of your wallet for one single entry. This is not financial advice. You're free to do with your money what you please, all right? But based on what you mentioned, it is a something like 15 bucks. The 3% will be equal to 15 bucks for a trade. Remember to set up your stop loss, as Piper always said, and then aim for at least 1-to-3 ratio. I usually go for 1-to-1 at least for early profits, and then trail it with TP2 and TP3, which is trailing. So that's what I got, Piper, trying to get SHIDO and also that question answered.
Awesome. Appreciate that, man. Good work on that. There's the answer to that question. I had a request for PYTH, and then we're going to get over to the giveaway and some community announcements and stuff like that. So, guys, stick around. You're going to want to see this. Also, for those that are shouting out about Alexandra G being everywhere, make sure you watch the end of the video because Alexandra G is actually in our outro. She is the mod queen. So unleash the mod queen. Let's get into PYTH and take a look at that. That is going to be the final TA of the day here.
Super chat from the guy who requested TIA.
Oh, got a super chat from the individual Overcome 70X7 who asked for the TIA, the TIA TA, and he said thank you. So no, shout out to you, man, and thank you, bro. I appreciate it. This is what we do here. We're trying to get all of this knowledge out because knowledge is profit here on Piper Academy. Let's take a look at PYTH here. PYTH, we do have this trend line that I showed you guys here where we're coming up. It is sitting right below us still. We also are right above that phase 2 golden pocket using the trend-based fib extensions here. You can see that we've started an entirely new, there's a blue line right there. That's the delta. There's our lower trade band. These are new predictive ranges, and they're going to be present just like all of these were all the way back here. They're going to be present all the way through here. Okay, so when we get new ones, we do typically make a run when they print to that delta blue line. You can't see it very well because it's right underneath this trend-based fib. There you go. Now you can see it. We do typically run up to the median line almost immediately after starting new predictive ranges, guys. If we throw this on top, that is literally the phase 3 golden pocket. So we are looking at massive confluence for a target here on at 73.2 cents on PYTH right now. We do have support on that 2618 right below us here. But what I'm looking at is we are coming to the edge of the cloud on the Oscillator Pro. When we get to the edge of the cloud, a lot of times we'll get a reversal. It just happens, right? We're at a reversal of the cloud here right now, and it does look like we're getting shorter and shorter candles on the RSI Prime. This is looking for a poise for a move up to that target at 3.618 on that trend-based fib extension. That price coming in at 73.2 cents. So what I would watch for, if I was going to trade this, I would put an entry on a retest. I would actually do a partial now, do your own research. I would do a partial now, another 50% entry on this 2.618 at 61.4 cents, and that would give me a 50-50 split entry. And then I would shoot for my target take profit at the 73.2 cents. So there we go. There is that. OC, we got giveaways to do. We got about 10 minutes left. And then we also have some announcement for tomorrow's guest. So let's get over to that first and show tomorrow's guest here. Guys, tomorrow, Crypto Millie is going to be coming on to the show with us tomorrow to drop some gems, some meme coins. This guy specializes in finding those quick money-making meme coins and gems, low-cap gems. So we're going to be bringing Crypto Millie on. I did a show with him back in the day on Crypto Gem Hunter, so I'm honored to have him coming over here and giving a little appearance with the alumni here, you know, because I love the alumni. You guys are my peoples, man. And then also we've got 2 giveaways to do today. So let me go ahead and bring up those to show you the giveaways that we've got coming. Nope, it's going to be on X, not here. Let's get Discord down. Get down, Discord. Get down with your bad self. There we go. We've got this giveaway here. This is going to be, again, for Chart Prime. We're giving away 1 free month of Chart Prime with all the live education. Trade signals, by the way, there's 3 different groups over there giving out trade signals in Chart Prime in the Discord. So make sure if you are the winner, you follow all the steps so that you can get all access to everything. It's going to have you do your Discord and this and that. Make sure you get your trading view name right. Characters matter. If it's caps, it needs to be capitalized. If it's not, don't do it. But this is going to be given out to our members today. And then we're also getting ready to give away $50 in Cardano to all of our subscribers. We hit 5K subscribers. Shout out to the alumni. Let's go ahead and get into this. I've already got it all set up. So how this works, guys, if you on this giveaway for the monthly members giveaway, this is for Chart Prime, you got an entry for if you were a member, and then you also got an entry for like cum laude. If you were from magna cum laude, I mean, you got an extra. And for summa cum laude, you got extras. If you were a senior, which, you know, Mr. J, very active in the community, he got senior, so he's a senior in the academy. They got extra entries. So what we're going to do here is I've got all the names pasted in here. We're going to shuffle this. I'm going to do it 3 times. I always will shuffle these 3 times, and then we're going to spin this and see who is the winner. So here we go, guys. This is for Chart Prime, 1 month of Chart Prime giveaway coming in right now. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we're working with here. It is going to be Mr. Z. So Mr. Z, which I not sure I've seen him very around in the community much. I'm sure he's in there, but Mr. Z, contact Crux of Crypto in our Discord. He will square you away and connect us together, and then I will connect you to OC Guy, and OC will get this all set up over at Chart Prime. So congratulations to you on that. And then let's go and let's do the other one. So I got to open this up here. And we're going to go to the 5K sub giveaway. There's all the names. These are people that did the thing that they had to do. They went in and they did the they followed the X account for Piper Academy. They liked the post. They reposted this post, and then they joined the Discord link, which was right there. So these people all eligible to win this. It is $50 in Cardano. We're going to be giving away for this. This actually was paid for out of Crux's pocket. He paid for this because we didn't have any money at all coming in when we got this, and so I told him I was going to do this 3 times, and he said, no, that's my money. So okay, it's once. We're going to do it once. But not trying to give away Crux's money. But yeah, Mr. Z, congratulations to you on that giveaway for Chart Prime. Let's go ahead and shuffle this 3 times, and let's see who's going to win the $50 in Cardano right now. Here we go. Let's click it and see. There we go. We got it moving. Let's get some music in here. Can we get some music? It is going to be kimeth.shark. kimeth.shark. If you're watching this, hit us up. Crux is going to be getting a hold of you, and we're going to be getting this going. ZTS Rhythm gifting 1 Army Piper membership. And let's see who is going to pick this up. Who's picking it up? The Dusty Hunt. Congratulations to the Dusty Hunt. You just picked up a membership also. Now you're in there. Mr. Z picking up that Chart Prime for a month. I hope to see you over there in the Chart Prime community learning the power of these super, super amazing tools that we use here on the show. And then also getting all that free education with OC Guy, which is amazing. He's 6 classes a week, just so you're tracking. 2 of those a week, usually with me. Oh, it's 7 now. 8. You have 8 oh, because you do 2 evening classes also. That's right. So there you go, guys. That is the power of Chart Prime that this individual won, and then also $50 in Cardano. So that's amazing. So shout out to the winners today, guys. We got more giveaways coming up. Members, we have a giveaway every month that we're going to be doing for you guys. And then also those PA tokens that you guys earn in the Discord, the Piper Academy tokens. OC and I are looking at coming up with where you can use those tokens for a buy-in for a poker tournament. A Texas Hold'em poker tournament, and then the winner will get all of the PA tokens that were used for buy-in. Well, not the winner, the number one. We'll do first, second, third, breaking it out of the PA token breakout. If you've never done a poker tournament, that's how it works. And then the first place winner, we might also be doing a Chart Prime giveaway also. So. Talk to Chart Prime. They are all about supporting the alumni over here. That's why they are an official sponsor right next to Legendary Aviation Coffee. Are you drinking a cup of coffee or are you drinking a cup of perfection? Check out Legendary Aviation Coffee today. 10% off using the link below. Supports the show, supports a local small business here in Texas. So, and then Decrypted.tax, our tax attorney and tax professional here in the alumni university area, the academy area here. He does my taxes. He does Crux's taxes. You'll get a free consultation, 25% off your first consultation. And he's not just an accountant. He's an attorney, so he knows the law like the back of his hand. He is the trusted tax professional when it comes to crypto. So that is what I've got today. OC, you got anything for the people on the way out?
Just say to guys, thank you so much for this 5.25k subscriber. It's been crazy. Thank you so much for you guys' support. We try to give you as much alpha as we can, and of course, enjoying our time with you guys here. So without further ado, throwing it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. I appreciate you, OC, and thanks for coming in today. TradeFly should be back tomorrow. We'll have the whole team here with Crypto Millie. Zach, you want to come over and wave at the people and tell them goodbye? That would mean move. Tell them goodbye. Yeah, we got my son in here holding it down for us, and you can just say right there. Just give him a wave. There you go. We appreciate you guys coming on the show today. You guys are awesome, and we will check you guys out tomorrow. If you got any value out of today's show, don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe button there. And if you got any value, share this with a friend, because sharing is caring. That's how we keep growing, guys. We will catch you tomorrow right here, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we bring you the news, the charts, the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until then, guys, trade safe. And as always, use a stop loss. Enjoy this video. It's got Alexander G in it.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, Crux Crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Chart Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels fall low. Sound off. To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.